Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. I'm Candace and we're going to be conversing today. We're at a little bit of different angle today because I wanted to show you this really cool flower panel that I made to go on my wall. I'm in a space where I'm trying to transition my decor and stuff, but I'm renting, so I can't do anything permanent. But this little flower panel, and there will be more, has been a lifesaver and it was very easy to do. So let's get started. The things you'll need for this project are dollar store flowers, a hot glue gun, and some sticks, command strips to go on the wall, a foam board, one that's not relatively thick. Start by adhering your command strips to the back of your board. I used 4. If you're going to use a bigger board, you're going to need more strips. After this step, you can go into separating your flowers from the stems. If you got the ones that I have from the dollar store, they'll just pop off. This step takes the most time because you're going to have a bunch of flowers and it's best to just take them all off before you get started. I chose roses because they're just really, really pretty, but there were a lot to choose from, so the next board I do, I'll use a different type of flower. I wanted to make sure that I put something underneath my foam board so when I poke the holes and I put the glue, I don't mess up my table. I used a screwdriver and I just poked a hole in the foam board and it actually went all the way through the board, which ended up being fine. I preferred not to go all the way through, but with the amount of pressure that I was putting, most of the holes went through the back of the board. Putting a little bit of glue inside each hole and then sticking the flower in and holding it for about 5 seconds worked out well for me. After a while, I just got to the point where I knew that the flower was going to stick and the glue was going to dry, so I started to move a little bit faster. The process itself probably would only take about an hour, but I did this over the course of a few days because I just had so many other things to do. At this step, you don't have to worry about the sides of the board that are showing. I'll show you how to close that up in a little bit. At this step, I just wanted to show you a different view, and I went to the middle of the board instead of just doing the edges. I didn't want to get bored with it, and I also kind of wanted to see what the flowers would look like in the middle and then moving outward. I made sure I fluffed the flowers as I went to see if it would fill the spaces or if I would need to go back and add more flowers. Working my way from the middle outward actually seemed to go a little bit faster than when I was at the edges and then going in. As I said before, I did this over the course of 3 days because I had a lot of things to do, but the actual board did not take long to do at all. And I really didn't even need the extra glue sticks because the pack that my hot glue gun came with 10. I didn't need very much glue, so it worked out really, really well. Here's what the board looked like with 15 bouquets of flowers. And then here's what the board looks like with 25 bouquets. In all, I ended up using 34, and then I realized that I could have been pulling apart my flowers the whole time and getting twice as many flowers that I actually had. So I pulled the petals apart of my last few flowers and I used them to go on the edges of the board to cover any spaces that I had left open. Had I been thinking about it, I would have pulled them apart from the very beginning and I could have made better use and I could have spent half as much money. But there is always next time. And guys, that is it. It was really, really easy. I'm glad I made this and I hope you can make one too. Let me know if you do. Until next time.